Flamin Hot is the directorial debut of Eva Longoria, and this tells the story of Richard Montañez, who basically rose up from being a janitor at PepsiCo to become a top executive when he came up with the idea for Flamin Hot Cheetos, which is sold, it's a billion-dollar franchise at this point. These bags are flying off the shelves still to this very day. And this is an intriguing release, considering that this is actually the first movie to come out on Disney Plus and Hulu simultaneously. So Richard Montañez is the son of a Mexican immigrant. He's hired on as a janitor at Frito-Lay, and he acts like a CEO. He comes up with the idea for Flamin Hot Cheetos. This creation is inspired by the flavors of his community, and in case you haven't guessed, this revitalized the company when they were laying off a bunch of people. And I think for the story it's trying to tell and the purpose of this movie, I think it pulls it off fairly well. I think there are a lot of entertaining moments within Flamin Hot, and I can definitely see tons of people being inspired by this thing. Granted, the story you're coming across really feels like nothing new. It's a rags to riches story about one dude at the bottom of the corporate ladder with one idea, and it's all about seeing his ascension to the top. But I really do think what makes the movie work, aside from the inspiring source material, is the performance of our leading actor, Jesse Garcia. This guy had a smaller role in the Michael Bay movie that came out last year, and here he is, right in the spotlight, and I think he does wonderfully. The guy comes across like a great businessman. He's got a lot of ideas, he's so charismatic, and his thinking is just frenetic. Ideas just flying off the wall, getting anything to stick. And I think he really captures the essence of what this guy was all about really, really well. But one thing I really wished for this movie was to kind of show a more intense atmosphere, I guess you can say. Because if you think back on the hour and 40 minutes that you spend watching Flamin Hot, it's not really any sort of conflicts that you haven't seen before. A lot of these straight-laced people trying to hold this guy down, especially from within the factory itself. But then he goes straight to the top and tries to get in touch with the CEO, who's played here by Tony Shalhoub of Broadway fame. And I don't know, I feel like this story could have used a more grounded approach, because in terms of the direction, Eva Longoria, I do feel like, has a promising future as a director if she wants to continue to pursue that. But I think for this story and the inner turmoil that went on within that company, this took a very fanciful approach. I mean, granted, this is released on Disney Plus, so it shouldn't come as that much of a surprise. But considering the fact that there was a lot of conflict between Richard himself and Frito-Lay in terms of how the story actually panned out, it's a really tough thing to kind of finesse your way around when you're making a movie that's based on true events. And I also gotta say, a lot of the comedy in this movie I thought was solid overall, but there is one comedic bit that they utilize frequently throughout the third act, so that kind of was like, okay, you're really making me wish I was watching Ant-Man right now. Because I'm not going to spoil anything, because once you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a comedic bit that was fulfilled so much more perfectly in Ant-Man. And when you use it in the context of Flamin Hot, it comes off pretty forced, I'm not gonna lie. And also, I really like how the end credits, after they kind of show you Richard Montañez's trajectory after you see the ending of the movie itself. You know those true event stories where you have, like, you know, the text where it says, oh, this person ended up doing this, and his wife ended up sticking with him until the very end. After that, it almost felt like this gigantic commercial for Flamin Hot as a brand. Like, oh, look at how many great products we've put out. Flamin Hot Cheetos are good in their own right, but they're also showing me stuff like Flamin Hot and Mountain Dew, which is just freaking repulsive. That kind of got a chuckle out of me. But besides those couple things, I think Flamin Hot is at least a decent movie, nowhere near bad by any stretch. I think if you've never heard the story before, if you guys are fans of Flamin Hot Cheetos, I have a lot of friends in my personal life that are. I think you'll really dig Flamin Hot. I think for general audience viewers, you'll be really inspired by this story of a guy who rises practically from a nothing job up to, like, you know, the upper stratosphere and the upper echelon of Frito-Lay. But other than a nice story and a cool message tacked onto it, this movie just feels like you're munching on a bunch of empty calories. I'm gonna give Flamin Hot a B-. Again, nowhere near bad. If you're a subscriber for Hulu or Disney Plus, definitely at least check it out once and see for yourself what this is like. If you've seen Flamin' Hot by this point, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments section below. What is your favorite brand of Cheetos? What is your favorite chip flavor? That's a fun topic. Guys, I love discussing all things in movies and entertainment and all other things geeky over here on this channel. If you like all these topics and all that much more, this channel is the place to be, I can assure you. So do consider becoming a subscriber and tap on that like button as well. Really helps with the algorithm and helps spread this content out there to more lovely viewers like you. Guys, y'all are the best. Look forward to more reviews very soon. Busy weekend ahead at the movie theaters with Elemental, The Flash, and Asteroid City all hitting the big screens. Looking forward to reviewing all 3 of those for you guys. Should be a fun, jam-packed summer, guys. So y'all are the best. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.